Brolga is a contemporary piece performed by Bangarra Dance Theatre. The piece draws inspiration from the totemic system in Australian Aboriginal culture, and in particular, the totem of the Brolga. At the start of the piece, a young girl enters the sacred land of the Brolgas, and throughout the production, she learns about becoming an alliance with them and learning the ways of the elegant bird by mimicking and copying their movement. The stage is set in a dark bluish murky lighting to give the audience a sense of mystery about the Brolga and its ancient knowledge. The bluish tint also refers back to the Brolga's natural environment, the wetland. The lighting is also noticeably simple, as it draws back the audience's attention back to the dancers on stage and their movement. Throughout the piece, there are several motifs, including the symbolization of the Brolga's wings, as dancers hold their arms behind their back, creating a wing-like shape. Dancers can also be seen dipping their necks repeatedly with each other to signify the natural movements of the Brolga's elegant, elongated body. Throughout the piece, the dancers uses elements of contrast and levels, such as high and low movement, to give the illusion of flying like a flock of Brolgas. While some dancers remain at the low elevation, running, others use high suspension to create a floating effect, similar to a flock of birds. The piece also uses elements of embellishment. As the dance goes on, the girl's dancing becomes more detailed and interesting to symbolize her journey of learning and her becoming more knowing about the ways of the Brolga. The staging of Brolga was made to symbolize the flying patterns of the Brolga, as the ensemble dancers enter from the back and eventually create a concentrated circle in the middle of the stage surrounding her, causing her to surrender herself to becoming one of them. The intention within Brolga is to teach the audience about the dreaming and Aboriginal totems and help people understand the concepts of ceremony, connection, and the transformation between a human spirit and the spirit of a creature. The costuming of Brolga illustrates this concept, as it creates a bird-like feel, yet in a traditional clothing of human. For example, the grey and white colouring of the Brolgas and its long, slender body can be seen in the costuming, as the dancers wear flowy, grey slip-like clothing that accentuates the length of the dancers' lines. These clothing worn has feathers and fur and traditional Aboriginal artworks attached, to pay homage to the Aboriginal dance ceremony, the corroboree, on which this piece and the company was inspired by. The dancers also paint a red marking along the crown of the head to represent the distinctive patterns the bird has. In conclusion, I believe the Brolga's intent is to communicate the Brolga as an Aboriginal totem and share the free spirit and nature of the beautiful bird. This piece communicates the sacred knowledge of an Aboriginal culture and the power of the corroboree, and shows the importance of passing down knowledge, dance, and a sense of belonging from one generation to the next.